thinking of where I've been and where I've come from. Try convincing myself nothing ever sinks in until the substance made my body feel numb. And then you force me to acknowledge this privilege. How fortunate and lucky to be. But thanks to you I can appreciate my image. I feel so lucky just to finally see. I guess this feeling's bringing me life to know that I am worthy of time. Through you I see so much of mine. I feel so grateful just to be alive. That moment when you wake up in the sunlight. Alive, 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 alive. That moment when you're feeling so damn fine. Alive, 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 alive. That moment negativity's behind. Alive, 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 alive. That moment when you're feeling so sky high. Alive, 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 alive. I used to think so much what others had to say, of how I just behave and carry myself. Thought profusely many times about their day. I'd end up losing on the side of my shell. I began to think of all of that lost time, so much that I stumbled and fell. But thanks to you I'm on a positive climb. Gotta progress and only time will tell. I guess this feeling's bringing me life to know that I am worthy of time. Through you I see so much of mine. I feel so grateful just to be alive. That moment when you wake up in the sunlight. Alive, 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 alive. That moment when you're feeling so damn fine. Alive, 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 alive. That moment negativity's behind. Alive, 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 alive. That moment when you're feeling so sky high. Alive, 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 alive. Now I appreciate this reflection in the mirror. And I thank you for being alive. That moment when you wake up in the sunlight. Alive, 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 alive. That moment when you're feeling so damn fine. Alive, 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 alive. That moment negativity's behind. Alive, 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 alive. That moment when you're feeling so sky high. Alive, 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 alive. That moment when you wake up in the sunlight. Alive, 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 alive. That moment when you're feeling so damn fine. Alive, 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 alive. That moment negativity's behind. Alive, 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 alive. That moment when you're feeling so sky high. Alive, 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 alive,
Welcome to Patreesha's Potpourri, and today I have an extra special prize for my viewers. I have Mr. Joshua Mateo. Welcome to Patreesha's Potpourri, Joshua.
Thank you.
He's a man that wears many hats. I know you only see one now on his head, but could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, I teach earth science for middle schoolers in the Bronx. I have a master's in teaching earth science, and I also have a master's in teaching ESL, which is English as a second language. And I'm also getting into the singing career as well. Been doing this now for 6 to 7 months, and you know it's a beautiful journey. that I'm taking.
I like that. How long have you been performing?
Well, I've been performing for about 6 to 7 months. However, you know, I've always loved music. I've always loved writing poetry. I've always loved rhyming, and actually just putting on like private performances for my family too. I always remember when I was a little kid when the song from Cheers would come on, you know, the theme song. I would hide and then come out. Sometimes you wanna go, you know. And
But everybody knows your
hey,
name.
you know,
Joshua Mateo, yes.
yeah, those are the memories that I take with me.
What inspired your career as a singer?
Well, I've always loved singing. I've always wanted to, you know, actively sing and sing in front of people. And my love for singing is the lyrical sharing of energy, you know, that conviction of feeling through someone's experiences, through someone's past, and being able to share that with, you know, the rest of the world. That's one of my dreams, to do that. And everyone has a learning experience, and I feel like this is my platform and this is my learning experience to share with the world.
I listened, you've heard at the opening a clip of his music, and at the end you're going to hear another clip. But from what I've heard, your music has a message. Could you tell us about the message in your music?
Of course. I wrote Alive thinking, you know, in the mindset with my own past experiences. You know, growing up, I never really valued what life had to offer. I never really valued the existence that we call, you know, a human life. And it really was, a lot of it was coming from the outside. I was always listening to what other people had to say about, you know, what I wore, how I dressed, how I acted, what I did. I mean, the list goes on.
You know, I know exactly what you're talking about, because American society expect a certain thing of their people. You know, they want you to look a certain way. They like the cookie cutter image. They want you to think a certain way, even down to the exams like the SATs, and which maybe a Princeton graduate did well in. But they want everyone to be in the same lane. And
Right.
Life is not like that, because we all are different in different ways. And that's what makes it us individuals. And somebody said life would be so dull if we were all exactly the same.
Right. I totally agree. And, you know, a good portion of the world is placed in this box that we've all been brainwashed and enslaved to be kind of put in these genres. And it takes that moment in life where you appreciate, you love yourself for who you are, and then you get to love other people, you know, genuinely. Once you love yourself and accept yourself for who you are first, then you could share that with the rest of the world. And you can do whatever you want in life. If you tell yourself, I want to do this, you can do it. It doesn't matter who you are. You can get out there and do what you have to do and hustle. You know, it's not going to be easy. Nothing's easy. But when you get to where you want to be, the payoff is going to be exceptional.
You know, when you said about loving yourself for who you are, sometimes it comes too later on in life. You know, so maybe we should do something for kids so they can start accepting themselves earlier. Okay, to realize that life is not what you see on the screen or TV screen, but Hollywood, the magazines, so many put images in our heads and images that are not us. And then we feel bad about ourselves because we're not that image.
Right. There's times when I'll be teaching a lesson, a science lesson, has nothing to do with, you know, life or accepting or feeling worthy. And I'll hear a kid say something to another kid, a negative comment or whatever, and I'll stop the lesson completely, and I'll start talking about life, because, as a teacher, you have a responsibility not only to teach about, your subject and stuff like that, but these are children. These are human lives here that you are responsible for until, you leave work, and you are a role model. And that's eventually, that's what I want to be. I want to be an inspiration and a role model.
Well, speaking of inspirations, I listened to the words from some of your songs, and they are it's like almost like a sermon. They were inspirational, and it made me feel so good inside because, we always have our little doubts about ourselves. Sometimes maybe it could be one thing or the other. But listening to what you had, it made me feel good inside. It made me feel alive.
And I wrote that song, it came from inside me, literally. I mean, those lyrics are me. And they're raw, they're real, and they're just very genuine. And I think that's what makes the song very good.
So you write your own music?
Yes, I write some of my music, and I also have a producer, director, and so, yeah.
Wow. What messages are you hoping to bring to the youth through this platform?
Mm-hmm. Well, I see children on a day-to-day basis, and a lot of them come in with, issues. Everyone has issues, but I do know that a lot of kids have, problems, issues. They're growing up. Sometimes, they may not have the role model at home. They may not have the father or the mother or the auntie or the grandmother or the grandfather. And, just the message that I want to convey to children, to youth, is that you don't have to live in this bubble. You don't have to fit a mold. Society is always constantly trying to put us into these little bubbles, and when you get stuck in a bubble, you don't really like yourself. You don't love yourself because you're living your life as someone else wants you to live your life. And that's just, that's boring.
I can hear you saying, be yourself. Be yourself. Now, even with being yourself, there's still confines within that because, we have societal confines. How could someone just kind of break free from that and just experience life and be more alive?
Mm-hmm. You have to first accept yourself fully. Flaws, the good, the bad, even events that may have happened in the past that you may be latching onto. Forgive whoever you need to forgive. Forgive yourself. Move on. Because when you're latched on to things, especially things in the past, I mean, you're chained to those events, to those people, and you can't move on. You can't progress. And being a human being on Earth, progression is what's made us advance in everything, technology, science, medicine. So in order for us to really break free of those chains, we have to learn how to accept, forgive, and move on.
In yoga, we say, let it go. We have to be able to let it go. Who are your heroes in your life?
My heroes are definitely my mom and my dad. Growing up, there were some tough times, as in any family, but they always stood by the children. Me and my siblings stood by us. They were very giving, loving parents, and they would always tell me, Joshua, you can do whatever you want to do. As long as you put your mind to it, anything's possible. To hear that as a child, it's kind of like this fantasy world that they're talking about in the future. But once you start understanding more about life and learning more, having more experiences, you start to really wonder, oh, okay, this is what they were talking about, you know?
So you had the right encouragement coming from home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of, tell me a little bit about your background. I know that you're a teacher, okay? And give me a little bio.
Well, I was born in New York City, 1983, August 18th.
We don't do years on my show. No.
Puerto Rican descent. Went to Holy Cross School in Soundview in the Bronx. Also went to Mount St. Michael Academy in the Bronx.
Wow. So you are a native Bronxite?
That's right.
See, this is the real deal here.
Yeah. Went to SUNY Maritime College, also in the Bronx. Went to Lehman College for my first master's, and then went to this City College for my second master's.
What do you enjoy most about your new journey?
Ooh. I love that I could be myself, you know? Yeah, that I could be myself, that I can share my emotions, you know, lyrically, and just be very honest, you know? Being transparent not only with yourself, but with other people has let me really embrace a lot of my flaws and positive attributes and stuff like that.
It has given you freedom. That's the word, freedom.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, your music, it's wonderful. It's dance music. I mean, I can get up and do some steps on your music. Okay. Okay, what is the name of your new album?
My new album, which is coming out in about 2 months, around April, is called Alive.
Can I do my thing?
Go ahead.
Alive.
And, you know, a lot of the songs in there deal with love, life. I just recently finished writing another song for it called, you know, How Are You Feeling? And it's literally all about life and being grateful for existing, really. You know, we only get this one opportunity here on Earth to really come out of your shell and to embrace and to, most importantly, help other people. You know, yeah, it's good to help yourself and help yourself first and accept yourself, but what are you doing to help others? That's the big question there whenever it comes to any platform, I think.
Why did you choose the name Alive? Mm-hmm. And you know, I could see the word alive. It makes me feel vibrant.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm at a point in my life where I can now see why it is an amazing blessing to just simply wake up, to breathe, to function, to think, to drive, you know, little things.
And appreciative of all that you have been given.
That's right. I'm a firm believer if you ask of the universe what you really want in life, you shall receive it. But you have to be open to that. You have to be respectful to that. If you want A, B, C, you got to be prepared to get A through Z, because that's how the universe loves you. I mean, you have to be able to love yourself, but in return, once you ask, you shall receive.
About that album, when will it be available for purchase?
Mm-hmm. The album's coming out around April. I'm going to have the latest details on my website, joshuamateo.com. Through that website, you can find my Twitter, my Facebook, and my Instagram as well.
What is that, Joshua? Could you say that again?
Yeah.
Please repeat.
JoshuaMateo.com. And through there, you can, find my email. You can contact me through there as well. And yeah, the album comes out around April. One of the songs is called My Love, which you'll hear pretty soon. That song will be on the radio next month as well. So there's a lot going on.
How are you using teaching as a platform to further your career?
Mm-hmm. Well, my students love me. I can really say that. They really do love me. And, most of them know about me pursuing the singing and the new adventure. And I see that little glimmer in their eye where they're like, wow, they're proud and they're inspired. That's the big thing with me. I want to inspire people. And, teaching is just another outlet to really make that human connection. It doesn't matter if you're a science, a math, an English teacher, a social studies teacher, or a gym teacher. You make that connection with another human lives. I mean, that's really powerful to exchange that positive energy between two people or hundreds of people.
So I see you really enjoy what you do, teaching. And it's wonderful you have another outlet, which is your music. What brought you to the point to make you start doing the music? What day did you wake up, or did you wake up one day and say, oh, I'm going to be a singer, I'm going to be a star?
Right. I took a trip to LA by myself. I normally don't go on trips by myself anywhere, but this time I was like, you know what? It's okay. I'm going to be by myself. I'm going to be with the most important person in my life, me. And got there and, I traveled from San Diego to LA back and forth. And then one day I decided to go to Venice Beach in LA. And I'm laying there and, all of a sudden I just get this message, a powerful message. I tell the story to people. Some people don't understand and some people do, but it was just this message coming to me from something very great, something bigger than I am. The universe. Saying, now's the time. You are ready. Now's the time to begin your journey with this new chapter in your book because you are ready. And at that moment, literally, the next day or that evening, I was singing at the Dresden in North Hollywood, doing a cover for Frank Sinatra's song. And that's the thing about me. I love challenges, and I really do love just breaking out of that box that I was very confined in for a big portion of my life. And yeah, so that day was really powerful.
I received a lot of information from you about life. Loving yourself, that's number one. Appreciating what society calls your flaws, because there may not be flaws at all.
That's right.
It's the way you're supposed to be. Okay, Joshua Mateo. Oh, I'd have Joshua Mateo. It has been so wonderful having you.
Thank you.
Is there anything before it's countdown time? And I could talk to you for hours. And I wish that you come back again and be my guest.
Definitely.
Okay, but is there anything you would like to say to my audience?
My album comes out in April this year. Look for more information on joshuamateo.com. There you can find my Twitter account, my Facebook fan page account, and my YouTube account, and my Instagram account.
Okay, and he also has enjoy your life. Enjoy being yourself. Okay? There will be negative forces blocking you. so many times, in so many ways, even ones that you're not even really aware of. But I'm so glad that you got rid of the cobwebs and
That's
you were
it.
able to get out the maze.
That's it.
Okay, yeah, come on, one more of your wonderful quotations, Mr. Mateo, from your song.
Let's see. That moment when you wake up in the sunlight, that's a great feeling. Not many people really appreciate the little things, and that energy coming from the sun, just for you to feel that on your skin. I mean, that's a small thing, but it's phenomenal.
Wow. Be glad to be alive.
True.
Yeah. We're going to hear another song from Mr. Mateo again. I'm used to calling him Mr. Mateo. Well, I couldn't roll the way I said it before, but it's absolutely fabulous. Please go out and purchase his album, and you're going to see a lot more of him. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. La 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 la. 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 I'm feeling like I'm running in place, and I losing my so much I ain't in the race. I try, but I never catch what I chase. So I do it anyway, 'cause I see your face. Yeah, you didn't just take me to control over my body, mind, and soul. Suddenly you were all I thought of. From the second, baby, that I met you, everything's been out of my hands. Lie awake, imagine us together, hoping that you give me a chance to give you my love, to give you my love, to give you my love, to give you my love. I used to be a player, I guess. Now I got a halo, I'm praying to be blessed. If I see a pretty girl